All right. And in the Hangout right now, we have Joe Napolitani with Sedona Antiques and Collectibles. How are you doing today, Joe?
Good, Domingo. How are you?
I'm doing very well. It's always
Real quick, our store name, we have a few different names, but our main store name is Sedona Antiques and Jewelry.
antiques and jewelry.
Yeah,
My
but we do
apologize.
collectibles and fine art and all that stuff too.
Okay, very cool. Well, I'm glad to have you back on the show. You've been a supporter, of course, of Collectors Hangout from when we had episode one way back in 2012. So definitely love having you on the show. And we have some really awesome collectibles and antiques and artwork to really get into tonight.
Yeah.
Now, for people that haven't had a chance to listen to some of our previous episodes or watch previous interviews with you, can you just give some background not only on yourself as a individual, but as a collector, and also what you guys do at Sedona Antiques and Jewelry?
Um, I've been a collector of all sorts of things throughout my life. Coca-Cola stuff, you name it. I mean, I could go on for days with that. My family's been collectors. Um, Recently, I moved to Sedona to become partners with a friend of mine here in Sedona Antiques and Jewelry. And what we've done now is we've actually expanded the business to consignment. So now we do a lot of fine art consignment, sculptures, paintings, prints, um, you know, antique, Victorian, some even furniture. Times just depends on what the item is.
Hmm.
That's basically what I'm doing now. But I love doing it because the stuff that comes in, I'd like to buy it all because something's so neat. You can't do that. It's just it's endless stuff. But yes, that's what we're doing now. We're doing mostly high end art consignment along with jewelry. We try to stick with vintage jewelry, old vintage Native American jewelry. We do a lot of that also.
For most of the artists that you're representing, do you find that you're getting a lot more artists that are still in the Southwest, or just individuals coming in, private collectors coming in with artists from around the world? Like, do you all specialize in anything, I guess, is my driving question.
Well, the art that we get now, yeah, really we do get local. We get local sculptures, local art, and we do get art from around the world also. Um, for instance, we'll go over some of that later on the show, but yeah, we get art from everywhere.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah,
And how long has Sedona Antiques and Jewelry actually been in business?
5 years.
5 years. Okay, so you guys have definitely built relationships within the community, and definitely have a track record of
Yeah.
success.
Yes. Rafi Jalosian, he's the owner. He established it 5 years ago. Has a great reputation. We have to. We're in a small town. So we treat our clients right, and then we go above and beyond. I came down to handle the digital marketing end of it. So you don't just get a store that's just trying to sell your stuff on eBay or something. We go the extra mile, and we put it as part of the websites. We market it out there in a world market through the web.
That's really, really cool. So you mainly use, I think, eBay for many of the auctions that you're doing. Do you also have local auctions that you run live that we can let our audience know about, or is it strictly online at this point?
No, we don't do any local auctions live. Just auctions on eBay. But we do sell our items on our website also, and we have multiple eBay sites that we use.
Okay. And then again, the website is going to be in the show notes. And if you are wanting to, of course, just go there right now, it's SedonaCoinsandJewelry.com, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, we have multiple names, so we cover everything.
all the better for search engine optimization.
Absolutely.
Mhm. Perfect, perfect. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into this, if we can. I'm going to bring up the Richard McDonald piece first,
Okay.
and let me go ahead and do a screen share. And for those, of course, that are watching, or sorry, listening to the podcast, what I'm going to be doing is going through and best describing, and of course, Joe, you can definitely chime in with what we're actually looking at. because of course you have the piece, in your shop, so you can actually speak to it better than I can.
Well, actually, some of these pieces we can sign and we leave them with the homeowner.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you've had chance to actually see them and take
Oh yeah,
pictures.
yeah.
Yeah.
I filmed the piece and I did a video on it, and yeah, all the photos are from me.
Perfect. Perfect. So this first piece is going to be Richard McDonald's trumpeter bronze sculpture. It's a half life size draped, and it looks like Richard actually produced this back in 1996. So it's a fairly recent piece. Well, 10 years old now, just over a decade. What can you tell us about this piece specifically?
They call it the half life. He has different sizes, and this particular one it's roughly about 4 feet tall. Um, I mean, it's just beautiful. You can see the intricate work when you look at the photos on the website. This was one of his best pieces that he had done during the time. He's recently moved on to, he has a gallery in Las Vegas. He does a lot of Le Cirque sculptures of the dancers and all the performers, and he's I believe he's touring now in Asia. And one of his, if we go back, he did a piece for the Olympics. It was called. Let me pull my notes right here.
Is this on eBay or where are you looking?
I had some notes, just some of the other works that he's done that people might know.
Okay.
He did one for the Olympics at one time. No, I don't have the date on that one. I think it was 1996, I believe.
Uh-huh.
He's also done it for the PGA, and he's done some big works. But I said most of his stuff, right, that he concentrated on is Le Cirque and ballet dancers and things like that.
That's really cool. And
I'm not an expert on Richard McDonald, so
okay, yeah, no,
I have
but
I have to try to be an expert on all these different items that we get in, and I do my best.
so the piece that we're looking at though is specifically of a dancer that has a flute. I believe it is, or sorry, excuse me, not a flute, a trumpet, and she it's definitely bronze. It's a beautiful piece. The motion that McDonald was able to capture, speaks to, I think, why he's probably been able to, get some of these commissions from these, like you had mentioned, the Olympics, etc. And then, of course, doing the dancers for what dance troupe is it again?
Yeah, the Le Cirque.
Le Cirque. Okay.
Yeah, Le Cirque. They're all over the world. I
Very
think they
nice.
have 5 shows in Las Vegas alone.
That's amazing. So this one specifically, the dancer is on her. It would appear like she's either mid jump or on her right foot, on the tips of her toes,
Yeah, he's
and
very
her
into motion, body motion.
yes, and the left leg is kind of bent and gracefully showing motion as it curves around the right leg with a flowing gown from her waist, and just the motion, the emotion and energy, just speaks volumes. When you look at this piece. So this is you said, when I read it off, I guess I didn't read it correctly. You said it was not half size, but half life size, or
Yes, half life size. Yeah, and it's from the '90s series. There was 90 of these,
90
and
of them.
this is also one of 5 pieces that we do have for sale that you can see on our website. There's
Okay.
another half life, and then there's some smaller sculptures that would sit on a dresser. They're only a couple feet or a foot and a half high. 2 feet.
Okay. So this would be, where would you think that this would look very nice in somebody's home, or perhaps even like a dance studio or something like that?
Entryway, or a hotel. I mean, it's just a beautiful piece. It could go. I mean, it could go anywhere, any type of professional building or someone's home.
Hmm. Now, looking at some of these pictures that we have on the screen right now, it looks like there's some slight intentional coloring that Richard was able to place into her hair. It's not just one color of bronze or the molded coloring that you oftentimes get on bronze statues. It looks
Correct.
like there's very intentional coloring in her hair.
And that's what makes each one individual. He does each one different.
Okay. And what number, you said that there were 90 of these made?
There's 90 of these made. The clients, they don't like us to give the actual number of unless they speak with them.
Okay. Why is that? Just for my own reference.
They say it's for safety because there's sometimes they can go back to find out, see who has it. And I'm not sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So we don't usually give out the actual number of it until we speak to someone that's interested.
Makes perfect sense, especially for protecting privacy and keeping one's anonymity.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough to find anything on the sculptures. It's like a mystery.
Well, I'm just enjoying looking at these pictures, and I'm sorry for, of course, our podcast listeners. So the picture that we have on screen right now, and all of these pictures are going to be available not only, of course, on Sedona Antiques and Jewelry's website, but also on the Collectors Hangout page and in the show notes too. So the one, this one picture just grabs my attention with how he captured the fingers of the dancer as she holds the trumpet to her lips, and it's just like this delicate touch where her eyes are not looking down the trumpet, but almost to the side as she looks at where she's dancing, or channeling the energy of the tune that she's playing. I mean, I think this piece is just remarkable.
Yeah, well, there's a great video that I made of the two half-lives that you're going to be linking to. And what's great is I start the video out with a snip from a video that Richard McDonald had put out of how they make these bronze sculptures, and it's incredible, the work that goes into these.
That's going to be great. Yeah, especially seeing some of that behind the scenes of the artist as they create is definitely great information and always interesting to me. Perfect. What is this part of the sculpture that we're zoomed in on here right now? That's the back. Okay.
I mean, of the trumpeter, sorry.
Yeah, no, I see it now. So you see the spine as it comes down along the back, and of course the
draped.
Yep, the drape, and how her leotard is almost like pulling away from just under her shoulder blade, and the muscles that he was able to capture on this piece. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, he's incredible.
So again, if people are interested in this, is it easier for them to most likely go to your site or to the eBay store?
Directly to the site.
Okay, perfect.
That's the easiest way to do it.
Excellent. All right, let's go to this next piece, Amphora. And everyone should be able to, of course, see my screen still with the artwork in front of it. So this lamp is approximately how tall?
This lamp, approximately 2.5. No, I'm sorry, 3 feet, 3.5 feet tall.
Okay.
It stands maybe 2.5 feet tall. It's a nice sized table lamp.
Yeah.
Again, this would be another piece that would look great in a professional office or a building or someone's really nice home.
Mm-hmm. And this is
1980s. It's an original piece from Austria. It's real. I mean, it's beautiful. You have to see it in person. It's even better.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have that luxury, but but if you are in the Sedona area, definitely hit up Joe, and he will be happy to show this to you.
Yeah, well, this is another one I left with the owner because I didn't want to be transporting this around.
Oh, you don't want that to have that claim, huh?
We have insurance. I'd rather not, be making those claims.
Yes. So, what is amber glass? What is that?
Amber glass. It was a type of glass that they made back in the 1880s. Um, Sometimes they called it rolled glass, but you can tell between the old and the new lead stained glasses, because we've got different shots, the one with the light on, one off, and you see the different coloration in the glass.
Hmm.
And that's one way to tell if it's an authentic, antique a lamp from this era.
So
It's
if
heavy, very heavy. This thing probably weighs 45 pounds.
okay. So you mentioned the difference that one would see between something of this period back in the 1800s to a glass lamp now. Is it the transparency or the translucence of the glass? Go into a little bit more detail if you would.
Um, I, I I don't know if I could go into much more detail. I'm
Oh,
not a glass expert, so
gotcha. Okay.
yeah, you're going somewhere beyond me.
Gotcha. Okay, no worries. So what we're looking at again is this one picture has, of course, the light on, and it's beautifully lit. You can definitely see how the petals of the flower were shaped and
Yeah, it's a
are
tulip.
layered. Yep. The tulip
Yeah,
are layered as the light comes through, and then towards the base, there's even green glass that, of course, signify the leaves going into the base of the lamp. Now, the base of the lamp, I noticed that you also feature, and this is seems like it's something quite interesting. Are these um, inlaid glass or
yes.
pottery or some sort
No,
of
those
thing?
are inlaid glass, and they did leave. You can see how it's intermittent. They left some out, but yeah, that is glass, and
Hmm.
this lamp comes in two pieces. You can see right there where the design stops. The lamp will come apart there.
Yep. Yep. So it's you have the lamp shade, which is of course glass, and then going into the base. Um, and this inlaid glass is very artistically placed. It almost looks to me like fruit on a tree coming up between these two dogs' heads. But I'm sure that there was something more intricate in the creation that this artisan, of course, came up with.
I, I,
Uh,
I believe this was a custom piece because I haven't yet to find anything similar to it from Amphora. And
okay.
I mean, I've spent months looking, and I've yet to find anything. So I'm starting to believe this was a custom piece made for someone.
What is the history of Amphora? I was referencing it as an individual, and that was their name. But
It's a
you're
company from Austria, and that's pretty much all I know. They've been around a long time.
and
Uh,
they're still
I
currently
don't
in
I don't
existence.
I don't know. I don't believe so.
Okay, yeah. So this base, like I had said before, there's it looks like, is it four dog heads? I'm only seeing three.
There's
Okay,
the other side, yeah.
gotcha. So it's the dog heads come out almost like in a triangle on a base that is circular, giving it a little bit more, I guess, a greater stance for a profile.
Correct. I tried to get some history from the client, but they didn't know. They bought it back in the 40s, but they couldn't give me any history on it. She's a little fuzzy. She's very old.
And this, of course, is a photo specifically
The
saying
hallmarks
amphora. Yep.
stamps, yeah.
And it looks like there's some type of number followed by a number beneath. So if again you're looking um, on the site or on Collectors Hangout, or of course on Sedona Antiques and Jewelry's website, you'll be able to see all of these pictures in much more detail. And again, you had this item has been up for how long at this point?
I think we've had this up for a little over a month now.
Okay. And you have about 5 days left, it looks like,
Yeah,
specifically
we've
on the
adjusted
bid.
the price on it once.
Perfect. Excellent. Anything else on this piece that you would like to highlight that we haven't covered yet?
No, if anybody has any questions, though, call us anytime.
Yes, and definitely let them know that you heard about it on Collectors Hangout.
Yeah, please do.
All right. So this next piece that we're heading to is an original Gino Hollander.
Hollander. He was born in 1924. He used to be a filmmaker in Hollywood with his wife, Barbara Hollander. And he didn't start doing the paintings until 1960. And this is an original oil from him.
Okay.
He was an abstract expressionist.
Yeah, beautiful piece.
Yeah.
Very ghostly.
Yeah.
And this is 21 by 41?
Yes.
Okay. So again, for those that are listening to the podcast, what we're looking at is an oil painting that is mainly white with a blue hue to it. And there are four figures that are represented in the piece itself. There's a larger figure in the background, followed by a woman kind of, or I would assume it looks like a woman to the side and on the left. That's, yeah, with her
position.
Perfect. Yep. And it's almost like a refrained, whereas the other three figures, you can see their facial features in more detail. And it almost looks to represent children or three children, maybe of different ages or something to that effect. Any other history on this that you've heard?
They couldn't give me any history on it. No.
And what's the background on Hollander? You had said that he correct started painting.
Yeah, I believe he just recently passed. I think 2015, and he resided in, I think, Ojai, California. So he was still producing paintings, up until his death. But this one is this. I think they bought this one back in the 60s. So this was one of his original paintings that he started with.
Okay. And you have two pictures here kind of towards the base of the frame. What is this highlighting here? Is this just...
we just like to, when we sell art, we just need to show if there's any little blemishes or how it was framed, anything that could be considered a damage or anything we want to show there and be completely transparent.
Okay. And just for educational purposes, is this something where the canvas is pulling away from something? I don't want to speak out of turn, so if you would...
Honestly, it's just a bad frame job.
Okay.
They just needed to bring the frame up above a little more above that area, and it would have been fine.
Gotcha. So it's nothing specifically for the painting itself, which is great for the collector that would, of course, pick this up, or art aficionado. Excellent. So this piece is definitely something, if you like art or collect art, especially from any artist in North America or from the West Coast, this is a beautiful piece. Something that I think would do very well for perhaps like a doctor's office, showcasing, caring for one another, that seems to be represented by the artist in this, or by a collector and keeping it in their house, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this most likely go to a collector.
Oh, and we didn't cover the signature too. It looks like it's signed in two different places. One on the front and also one on the back.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it here. Oops. Yeah, towards the bottom here, it's signed. I can't bring my cursor down to it, but it's signed in the bottom left-hand corner as you look at it, and then it looks like as your pictures on eBay are showing, it looks like this would be on the back of the.
No, actually, that is on the. I'm sorry. That is on the front of the picture right
Oh,
there.
that is on the front.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
if you
it's
look, there
just
is a
so.
date for 465. Yeah, see the signature right there, and then you'll see the
Mhm.
date to the right of it. So that's just a close up of the signature.
Okay,
So the coloration looks kind of weird. Yeah, so
somebody
there's no
forgot.
signature on the back. No,
Somebody forgot their white balance. No.
no, I was playing around with the editor, the software, and I just wanted to show the signature more than anything.
Oh no, I understand. I was just throwing a jab at you since you and I go back and talking about all the video and nightmares that we've had to go through. So, all right, let's go on to this next piece. And this one is something more of like what we normally showcase on Collectors Hangout outside of course, antiques and artwork. Though this, for some people, would be considered antique, and some might look at several of these pieces and not even know what they are. So go ahead, take it away. What are we looking at here?
You're looking at a gold record that was presented to a Capitol Records music producer by the name of Tony Chalmers for releasing this record on cassette, and this was presented to him by Capitol Records.
And does this actually come from Tony's estate or his family?
Yes, it comes from Tony's estate. Yeah,
That is really cool.
yeah, and we're consigning some more pieces for that. And you'll see if you were to go to on eBay to this listing, you'll see there's more items there.
Okay. And we
And
have a
there's
close
sets.
up.
We have some that has multiple sets where you'll get a gold record and backstage passes and things like that for different musicians.
Okay. So for those, of course, that are again are listening on the podcast, what we see right now is the gold, the famous, obviously, gold records that the industry sends out to represent a certain number of albums sold, and then following on that is a cassette that says Gold Sales Award, and underneath that there's a plaque that reads "Presented to Tony Chalmers to commemorate the sale of more than 500,000 copies of the Capitol Records Incorporated album and cassette, Men Love Avenue."
Yeah, Tony recently passed. He started in Motown. He worked at all the large record companies. He did every ACDC, you name him. He was a promoter for him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then on either side of the text that I read, it has John Lennon, and then I'm not sure what the emblem here is, but there's some type of emblem to the right that you can definitely take a look at if you go to the Sedona Antiques and Jewelry website. And this is a close-up of the gold record, which lists all of the songs that were on this album, including "Here We Go Again," "Rock and Roll People," "Angel Baby," "Since My Baby Left Me," "To Know Her Is to Love Her." So there were 5 tracks on this. It's amazing how the music industry has changed. If you were to sell 5 tracks, people would be really upset.
Where's the other 10?
Yeah, exactly. All right. So you had mentioned that you're gonna. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Shows we can definitely show more of this.
And you said that you have obviously this under consignment, but you're perhaps going to have some other music memorabilia from the estate as well.
Yes, yeah, we do. We already have. It's already up for sale on eBay.
Okay, and people can again find.
Like I said, if you go to this link on eBay, you'll see that there's more items from this store. This is one of our other stores that we have on eBay. We have, one eBay site for mostly jewelry and then one for collectibles and art and things like that.
Okay. And it looks like the seller information, they should look up Simon Jack Bloom.
Yep, Simon Jack Bloom.
Bloom. Okay. So that is spelled SIMONJACKBLOM. And again, all of these links will be, of course, in the show notes and on collectorshangout.tv/episode 34, or go to Sedona Antiques and Jewelry.
Yeah. If you have any questions, just give us a call or email us.
All right. Final item that we're going to showcase. Joe, I'm not going to even begin to try to touch on this. So take it away. This is a beautiful piece.
Yeah, this is another one of those interesting pieces. This is by an artist named Damien Hirst. He's from England. And he did these spot paintings and he named them all after pharmaceutical ingredients. He has one's named Opium. This one's called Valium. And this is a print from Ice Storm in England. And again, I won't give you the number of it, but this is a 4x4 print that we have for sale. He's also did, what else he's done? He suspended a 14-foot shark in a glass tank. He's taken a human skull and encrusted it with $100 million worth of diamonds. So he does some pretty wild art. And again, this is a picture of a painting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a print.
And you said that you said that you're not going to tell us, of course, the number that this is, but how many were actually printed?
I believe 500.
500. Okay. So it's definitely something very sought after within the art community still.
Yeah, and we have this hanging in our store, and our store is kind of small, and people come in, and it almost knocks them out. It's very dizzying.
Yeah. So to describe this to our podcast listeners, what this is a myriad of colors that are represented by these dots. It's almost like looking at some of those pictures within a childhood book to test to see whether or not you're colorblind, but done much more artistically.
It gives you different emotions when you look at it. I mean, you can see all different geometrical shapes. It's interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of motion and emotion that resonates from it.
Yeah.
And just to let people know that are going to be on the site, you'll notice in the kind of just left of center, there's a slight glare, but that's simply from the flash. It's not something wrong with the print, just simply a flash that had gone off and reflecting back into the lens.
Yes, I tried everything and it just wasn't working that day, and kept getting a glare.
And then, of course, it is a signed print. The signature for the artist is in the bottom right-hand corner. Very well seen, and it would be a beautiful piece.
Yeah, we do have all the sales receipts from the original purchase in England.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up, the auctions that you're looking at showcasing today. Is there anything else that you would like to share or answer
Again,
for our audience?
If you like these pieces, any of them, call Sedona Antiques and Jewelry and let us know that you saw it here on the Collectors Hangout. Other than that, I can't wait for the next show. I got more stuff to show everybody.
Excellent. And if people want to give you a call, do you want to go ahead and give that phone number here out loud, or just have them go to the
website? Go to the website. I'd rather them go to the website. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
I want those clicks.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you all for tuning in to, again, another episode of Collectors Hangout. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Google+, and Facebook. And until next time, happy collecting, and we'll see you around.